So instead of focusing on what we fear, we need to start focusing on what we do want. Again, it's not a guarantee that it actually will succeed, but I think if you have to choose between those two, choose choose the more positive option, and that is believe that it will work out, whenever we worry, we doubt, we're fearful, we kind of make ourselves suffer twice. That is, if the thing we're worried, doubtful, or fearful about actually happens. And even if it doesn't, we do suffer because we're basically worrying about things we can't control, The majority of things that happen in life, we have zero control over, And listen carefully, I'm saying the majority. I'm not saying that you don't have any control whatsoever. But most of the time, we are only able to control how we react to whatever happens to us. And I think a lot of people tend to forget that. Another thing about worrying and being fearful is that specific thing you're worried or fearful about, you kind of create it, it becomes like a self-fulfilling prophecy. I remember back in school, I had a test I had to pass, and I was so worried about not passing that test that I actually ended up failing it. Luckily, I got a chance to do it over, but I had to go to the principal of the school and stuff like that. Anyway, it was a long period of time before I actually had a second chance. And the reason that I actually failed the test is because I was so worried, because I knew that test would determine whether or not I was able to continue with my studies, right? Eventually, I got a second chance and I passed it, fortunately, and I was able to graduate. But the reason I'm sharing this with you is to make you aware of the fact that the thing you fear the most usually is the thing you're going to attract, and we need to be careful about the things we worry about the things we fear. And I know worrying and being fearful is something that's, it comes with being human. So, it's pretty much not anything we can do about it in a way. Even though some people do believe that if you are capable to control your mind and your thoughts, you are able to control your fears and your worries. I think, if you are interested in stuff like that, you should look up the book of Eckhart Tolle, The Power of Now. Difficult book, but in a way it's very, very inspiring. It makes it clear how you can deal with your ego and your mind and your worries, Being fearful and stuff like that, it's all part of the ego. I think our ego wants to be in the picture, our ego feels entitled to, know certain things in order for it not to be fearful or to worry. But the thing is, aside from the fears and everything, whenever we feel like we're not getting what we deserve, in a way, our ego feels entitled, right? I feel like I'm all over the place, but, bear with me here. The thing is, nobody's entitled to anything, right? Even you right now, watching this video, you don't owe me anything. You don't have to sit here and watch a video. But if you do, I appreciate it. The same with you. You might do something that you really love to do. Nobody's entitled to like the thing or to give you props for that thing, That's something the ego wants. The ego wants recognition, but if we let go of the need to get the thing we want, the recognition, the validation, I think life becomes much easier, because you don't feel a lot of pressure. You stop worrying less, and you just live your life a bit more freely, instead of worrying about what other people think and whether or not you're going to accomplish something. And of course, it's good to have like a vision, like have a goal in mind, a purpose. That's the word I'm looking for. But if you start feeling miserable all the time because you're not accomplishing the thing you want to accomplish, it might be time to start re-evaluating where you are and the reason why you're doing what you're doing. And I don't mean to say that everything you do is supposed to be fun all the time. That's not what I'm saying, because that's not realistic. But if the majority of the time you are miserable, you feel insecure about it, it's time to maybe switch things up and always go back to your why. And I think this will help to stop worrying and stop doubting yourself and questioning whether or not the thing you're doing is right. And when we worry all the time, maybe we're worried about someone betraying us or lying to us, we start putting ourselves in a position to actually get in that situation, It puts you in a position that you either start doing things to get in the situation that you actually get hurt because you're fearing getting hurt or betrayed, or you betray the person first because you're afraid that that person is going to hurt you, right? None of those things are healthy. I hope you're aware of that. So instead of focusing on what we fear, we need to start focusing on what we do want. Again, it's not a guarantee that it actually will succeed, but I think if you have to choose between those two, choose choose the more positive option, and that is believe that it will work out, it will turn out right. And not always the way we want it, but it will always work out. And saying this, I realize that if you have faith in whatever it is you believe or whatever you want to achieve, eventually that will help you from worrying and doubting and questioning whether or not what you're doing is right, or whether or not you're going to succeed. Of course, we all want to have a goal and actually achieve it, but I genuinely believe that it's not only about achieving that goal, it's also about the journey towards that goal. It's cliche, I know, but as I sit here and think, I'm like, yeah, man, it's exciting, the whole journey of for example, content creation. Of course, I want to have thousands, 10,000s, a million subscribers, but the things I'm learning along the way are just amazing. The growth I'm experiencing, the excitement, even the moments I feel like I'm afraid, even those moments I cherish, because they bring me so much, so many lessons, and so many experiences, and it makes you grow. Getting uncomfortable makes you grow. I'm starting to love that, and I'm pretty sure that a couple of weeks or days from now, I might have another moment that I feel like I'm doubting. It comes and goes, and I'm only human, so it's okay. It's part of the journey. The less we resist, the easier things become. If you fight your fears, or at least you try to act like they're not there, I don't think they're gonna go away. They want attention, and I think you should pay attention to them, but in a constructive way. Like sit with them and understand where they're coming from, but don't let them get into your system, and don't believe them. Give them a chance, give them a stage for a couple of minutes, and then tell them thank you, and you can take the back seat now. I'm in control, and this way we can avoid the self-fulfilling prophecy of the thing we fear. I feel like this video is very messy, but you know what? It is what it is. My mind is crazy like that sometimes, so I just had to talk about what's going on in my mind. Yeah, I hope you found value. If so, like, share, subscribe. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it,